traders, how you all doing? I hope you had a fantastic trading week. So it's Friday. NFP came through today. So I took a trade actually on Euro USD, and what I want to do is I just want to break down this trade, show you the thought process behind the trade, how it played out, and how the trade was managed. So I just want to break it down so that you can also take advantage of such setups whenever you see them in the market. So let's jump right into it. Start off with the trade that I took on Euro USD. So let's start on the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, this is actually the structure. It's actually an uptrend, and what I was looking at was this is a high low. Price took out this high, created a new high. So I was expecting a pullback, probably maybe to this previous resistance, and then price would just maybe reverse to the upside. We got to that level, but price failed to push to the upside, but rather price started pushing to the downside, which was still the pullback phase, right? So we were still in a pullback phase, right? So looking at this structure, there's still an uptrend on daily time frame, but what I saw was actually in the past, you can see this was an impulsive move. We had price just correcting, and then we shifted from bearish to bullish. Price broke this previous high and then started trading bullish, right? So when price was coming down, I was just looking at the previous high that price took out before going to the upside, right? So that is why I have this area here as my area of value, right? You can also call it the resistance or whatever. Personally, what I always say is the support and resistance is just an area where we look at price action, right? If I have a support or a resistance, I'm not just going to automatically buy when price gets to the support, or I'm not going to sell when price gets to the resistance. It's just give me an area where I have to be careful of what price is going to do there, right? And also same as the trend line. This trend line that you see, I don't really trade with the trend lines. I'm not just going to buy because price got to the trend line. No, I'm just drawing the trend line just to see what price will do when we get to that level. So the main thing that I'm focusing on is the market structure at that area, right? So let's go down on the 4H time frame. So on the 4H time frame, this was my level, and you can see how price got to that level. This is also one thing that I always tell my students, people that are learning with me. It's mostly about how price gets to a level. This was an impulsive move. We had this correction phase to this level, right? So our most important focus is on what price is doing at that level. So I'll go down also on the 1H time frame. This is what caught my attention, and this is where we got our entry confirmation. So on the 1H time frame, price was actually trading bearish. We had price actually shifting from bearish right here to bullish, created a double top and shifted bearish again, right? And then price actually shifted bullish, taking out these highs, and then finally taking out all these previous lows, right? So we shifted back into the bearish structure. So this was our previous low, right? This was the low. Price gave us a high, new low, and price gave us a double bottom right here. So me seeing a double bottom in this area of value that I was looking at, and also correlating a trend line, this gives me a reason to start looking for buying opportunities once this bearish structure shifts from bullish, right? Also understanding patterns. If you look at this structure, we have this impulsive phase, we have this impulse, we have this nice correction, and this is also a falling wedge pattern, right? So I'm just gonna cut this off and just show you properly. So we have this structure right here. If I just bring it right here, we have this nice impulsive phase, and we have the correction phase. So if I should just add my trend lines, this is the correction phase, and this is a falling wedge pattern, and this is a reversal pattern, which indicates that price is likely to reverse, which means we're expecting price to go up. So within this structure, that is within this structure that you are seeing right here, I also saw a pattern within a pattern. This is actually a pattern on its own, but within this whole structure, I'm also seeing the same structure, that is the reversal structure in the reversal structure. So I'm just getting two confirmations. So if I should just cut this also and then bring it side by side, you can see that it's actually the same structure, right? Same structure. This is the impulsive phase, and we have price just doing that, right? So what this is telling us is we have sellers coming in right here, pushing the price all the way to the downside, but going forward they started correcting. This was actually not very impulsive. If you compare this price action to this price action, you can see this is an impulsive phase, it's a correction phase. So the sellers are losing momentum because we are approaching a level where buyers can possibly come in and push the price to the upside. That is why this kind of pattern is formed. So whenever we see this kind of pattern, there's an indication that price is going to reverse, right?
So this is also another thing, that is the patterns. Also understanding market structure, we also had to wait for the change of character, or we had to wait for the market structure to shift from bearish to bullish. And as you can see, we had this double bottom right here. We broke this neckline. So this arrow that I drew, I was just waiting for price to break this, retest, and then I'll find an entry, and that's exactly what I did. So I waited for price to break out. Price came for a retest and then gave me this engulfing candle. When I saw this, I just got in my stop loss somewhere here, and with my take profit, those of you who are in the mastery course, you already know where we take our profit. That is the 90% area, and that is exactly where price got to, right? So the entry was just right here, take profit here, stop loss here, and you can see how amazing this trade actually went. And today is actually Friday. We had NFP coming in, right? If you watch one of my videos where I talked about how to trade the fundamentals, you will see that personally, even when there is a news coming up, I just do my technical analysis and then follow the technical analysis. The news is just going to give the market momentum. So personally, I really didn't know that there was NFP today. I totally forgot. But technically, what I was expecting was a buy based on my technical analysis. So when I saw this just coming in, price just shooting to the upside, I just realized that, okay, you know, maybe the news result is in, the dollar is weak, so probably the euro is gonna shoot to the upside. Up to now, I don't even know the result of the news. I didn't even check. So let's do that together. Let's go to Forex Factory and let's take a look at the news that played out. So it's already 12 in my zone, so it's showing tomorrow, but this was actually what happened this Friday, and this is the NFP, right? The non-farm employment change, and as you can see, it was negative, right? Which means the dollar is going to drop, and any pair that is trading with a dollar is going to shoot to the upside, right? So we have euro and the dollar. NFP came in, we had the dollar dropping, losing momentum, so the dollar is so the euro is going to shoot to the upside, and that's what we had, right? So as you can see, this was just a simple and a neat entry. It is by knowing your patterns, knowing your area of interest, waiting for price to, you know, align with your structure, and then just getting it, right? So let's also take a look at DXY. This is actually gold. Let's go to DXY before we come to gold. So on DXY, I also go on the daily time frame. It's just the same structure as Euro USD, right? It's just, if I flip this, it looks like Euro USD, right? So whenever I see any setup on DXY, is the same on Euro USD. You know, if you watch my videos, you hear me saying, you know, a lot on DXY. This is always what I say. So on DXY, what I was also looking at was probably a reversal in the zone when price got here, but it failed. It just broke out. You know, I was also looking at something here if you're gonna get any reversal structure, but no. When price started going up again, I used my trend line. The trend line is just a guide. My first touch right here, second touch right here, extending it right here, right? So I wanted to see what price would give me in this zone. This is just my interest, right? So let me just take this off. You can also draw something. There's the supply and demand zone. You already know. If I put something like this, the supply zone, so waiting for what price to do. I don't want to confuse you guys. I just want to focus on the simplest, you know, analysis, you know, how you can understand, if even if you're a complete beginner, just using the tools available, right? So this is the first touch, second touch. I want to see what price to do here. So let's go down on the 4H time frame. On the 4H time frame, I saw the market just trading to the upside, high, 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 low, high, high, and then right here, price just took out this previous low, right? So the market shifted bearish right here. Me just seeing market shifting bearish right here at this trend line, this just gives me, you know, a reason that price is just going to reverse at this level. So let's also take a look at the 1H time frame. So this was just the breakout, right? So we had price just breaking out and then pulling back, right? So this was just the breakout, this was just the pullback, and there's also a pattern in the market, right? So understanding this structure, I was just expecting a sell right at this level, which means I was expecting a buy on Euro USD, and that is what I did. I took that trade on Euro USD. So this was also a simple setup, you know, just understanding this. Let's take a look at gold. This is Euro USD. So on gold, I was also expecting a push to the upside even way before the news, right? And I'm just gonna break down the market structure. So on gold, we had price just giving us head and shoulder pattern somewhere here. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. This is the neckline. Price broke this neckline and then came back to retest, right? if you look at this structure as well, we have this impulsive phase, we have the correction phase, and if you know this structure or this pattern, this could be a possible move to the upside. Price is likely to push to the upside. This could be a future move of gold. We are not there yet, so I don't want to predict, because nobody knows the future price. We can only forecast and predict, but it doesn't mean price is going to do exactly what I'm saying. So I'm just going to leave it for future. But right now I was just let's just look at the structure right here. So I was just focusing on this neckline area when price pulled back to this area of interest. So I was just looking at what price would do at this level. So let's go down on the 4H time frame. On the 4H, we're just creating lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high right here, right? So this was the recent lower low. Let's go to the 1H. This is also where I got it caught my interest. So right here, as you can see, this is the same structure that I saw on Euro USD. We have this impulsive phase, we have this correction phase, right? This is also a falling wedge pattern, and looking at this, I'm just focusing on the break or waiting for this structure to shift from bearish to bullish. That is why I have this level right here, right? So this was also not a surprise when I saw this breaking out already. I was just looking at this pattern, expecting price to push to the upside, and that's exactly what happened. So personally, I didn't take gold. What I took was Euro USD, and that's what I just explained. So guys, that's all I have for today. I hope you got something valuable. What I really want to say is trading is a game of patience. If you really take your time and wait for your setup to play out, it's really amazing, because in trading you really have to be patient. You just don't want to come into the market and start trading, just trading anyhow. You want to really take your time, understand the market, know that this is what I'm looking at, this is what I'm looking for, and if it happens, this is what I'm gonna do. You have that plan, so when it happens, you already know, because you have already made a forecast on that, and it makes trading very simple when you are always trading like that. So guys, that's all for today. Like, comment, and also subscribe. I'll see you next time. Peace.